Ladies and gentlemen, today I was very glad to show you about the exclusive interview between television in Cambodia or TVK channel with Excellency Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Bangladesh. And the special topic today, we will talk about his diplomatic visit to Cambodia. So please follow us. Yes. Chumriep Sur. Yes.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Islam.
Thank you for
God
coming.
bless you.
Yeah, thank you. And the first question that he, Excellency, as we know that you are the two nations to talking you to Cambodia and Indonesia. So you are also expect to have a long post in Kuala Lumpur en route to Jakarta also. And would you please share with us to overarching object to this visit, please, Excellency?
Thank you for your question. You know, during the COVID, when ASEAN, the Cambodia became the chair of ASEAN,
Yes.
and your foreign minister became the envoy, special envoy for Rohingya. I called them over telephone. We talked to them. And I also, during the New Year's in January, I talked to all the ASEAN countries, foreign minister,
Yes.
over phone. And just for people-to-people contact,
Yes.
to keep our contact with them. Because of COVID, we could not meet in person for almost 2 years. So when the New Year's was coming, so I felt my obligation to speak to them, and I did, all of them. And but the good news is your Cambodia also became the chair, ASEAN, as well as the special envoy. Now, this trip, basically, we will have the ASEAN meeting next month.
Yes.
Here in Phnom Penh. And we are a member of the ASEAN ARF. I hope I shall be attending that event.
Yes.
We have been requesting ASEAN. ASEAN is a great institution. The 10 countries, they did an excellent job. We are very proud of them. And we have good relationship with all the ASEAN countries. All the ASEAN countries,
Yes.
including Myanmar.
Yes.
A good relationship. We supported Myanmar during their bad times, when we steadily supported them. It's not one day or 1 month or steadily, over years. So we have good friendship with all the ASEAN countries.
Yes, sir.
We have requested ASEAN to make us a sectoral dialogue partner.
Yes.
And individually, all countries have no objection to it. And the other one is, we are the bridge between Southeast Asia and Southeast Asia and South Asia.
Yes.
We are strategically located. And we are a big market. It's not only that we have under 65 million people, around 90 million people have the purchasing capacity.
Yes.
And you can say 35 to 40 million people are rich, wealthy. So whatever you produce in Bangladesh, there is a market for it. Anything you produce in Bangladesh, there is a market for it. The ASEAN countries are also doing well. So we think that we would like to be, we are already an ARF member, but we like to be a sectoral dialogue partner.
Yes.
In the upcoming meeting, we will be very happy if the ASEAN country declares it. Today I was very pleased, your foreign minister said that he got from the secretariat. Secretariat report is Bangladesh has met all the criteria of becoming a sectoral dialogue partner.
Yes.
Only some announcement has to be made. So we're looking forward, and my visit is also that I personally, in person, I request the new chair and get a chance to meet the new envoy, special envoy of Rohingya. So this is one objective. The second one objective is, when the residents
Yes, sir.
Myanmar, our neighbor, the residents of Myanmar are being persecuted. Their homes are being burned, houses are destroyed. At the time, it is Bangladesh, our Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, out of humanitarian consideration, she allowed them to have temporary shelter in Bangladesh. No other country came forward to help them out. At this time, out of humanitarian consideration, Bangladesh opened up its border to the Myanmar residents. We call them forcibly displaced Myanmar nationals.
Yes.
Currently, we have 1.1 million of them staying in Bangladesh. Myanmar is our neighbor. Myanmar is our friendly country.
Yes, Excellency.
As I said, we have been supportive of Myanmar during the last so many years. When Myanmar used to get country-specific resolution against them, Bangladesh always supported them. So our relationship with Myanmar is good. But Myanmar has a habit of, time to time kicking. They have 125 or 135 ethnic minority.
Yes.
And one group, these forcibly displaced nationals of Myanmar, they are called Rohingya.
Yes.
They are a minority group. In the 70s, in the 80s, even in 90s, large number of these Rohingya fled to Bangladesh. In the 70s, Myanmar, through dialogue and discussion, took back around 200,000 of them.
Yes.
In the 80s and 90s, Myanmar took back, repatriated around 236,000 Rohingya back to their country with
Yes.
honor and dignity. So they have this habit. This time also, Myanmar agreed to take back their people after verification.
Yes.
They also agreed to provide safety and security. They also agreed to create conducive environment for their voluntary return. This Rohingya problem was created by Myanmar. Solution also lies with Myanmar. So we have been requesting our friendly country of Myanmar to take them back, and they agreed to take.
Yes.
But they have some difficulties. The change in government, this and that. But yet the good news is they are ready to take them back. So this is good news. And so I am, next ASEAN meeting will be here. I know the ASEAN has raised this issue before.
Yes.
And we think since ASEAN is a friend of Myanmar, and Myanmar is a member of ASEAN countries, so if their friend requests them,
Yes.
they will comply. They will start the process of repatriation. They're willing, but they need little help. They need little push. So one of my reason for visiting ASEAN capitals is, and I'm lucky also, your foreign minister invited me, and I was always planning to come here.
Yes.
So that gave me an opportunity. And I will also do a historic thing.
Yes.
You see, our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and here the Prince Sihanouk. You see, they met each other 50 years ago at the non-aligned conference in 1973, commemorating that 50-year relationship and also the 30-year diplomatic relationship with Cambodia, and to develop better connectivity, people-to-people relationship. Both countries, Bangladesh and Cambodia, agreed to name streets in the name of their father of the nation. So I got another chance for inauguration of that road. So I felt privileged that I could be a part of the history. So this is the reason I am here. Same with Indonesia. Indonesia foreign minister is a good friend of mine.
Yes.
She has also invited me. And in Indonesia, there is the ASEAN Secretariat.
Yes.
And this time, an Indonesian has become Secretary General of ASEAN. So I thought I'd take, when I'm here for bilateral relationship and improvement, same in Indonesia, but at the same time I will push for, our sectoral dialogue issue, and especially the displaced people of Myanmar, so that we can start the process of repatriation.
Yes, thank you, Excellency. Honorable Minister, how do you view the bilateral relation of Bangladesh with the Southeast Asian country? And what are your potential for the further substantial engagement of your country with them? And how about your candidacy or Asian sectoral dialogue partnership status?
What is the potential of our relationship with the ASEAN countries?
Yes.
Enormous potential.
Okay.
Enormous potential. Currently, we have good relationship with all the ASEAN countries, including Myanmar. Including Myanmar. But our trade relationship, two-way trade is not very high.
Yes.
But there is scope for it. We are one of the largest country in terms of population. One of the 8th largest country. We are the 8th largest country in the world in terms of population. Our economy is doing very well. Over the last 1 decade, we achieved GDP growth rate over 6%. 3 years ago, before the COVID, our GDP growth rate was 8.15%, highest in the world. Even under COVID, our GDP growth rate pretty significant, 6.94, highest in South Asia. So we're doing very well. It's not only GDP growth rate, our longevity has shoot up 12 years.
Yes.
Only a few years ago it was 63, now we have 73 plus. Our per capita income has also increased fivefold. Our, the GDP, national GDP has also increased pretty high. It's now $465 billion.
Yes.
This year, our export exceeded $52 billion. So we're doing very well. When we are doing very well, there are more aspirations of our people. Our people wants to get all the best thing of the planet Earth.
Yes.
We have to meet their aspirations. When we are doing very good, newer opportunities are coming in Bangladesh. Currently, Bangladesh has a vibrant economy. It is a land of opportunity.
Yes.
So I think, and ASEAN countries are also increasing. Your country, Cambodia, is also doing well. So I feel that there is a lot of potential for our two-way trade and investment.
Yes.
And before those who will come early, they would be the winner. So I want to tell these countries that there is scope for, mutual benefit.
Yes.
Today I had an excellent meeting with your Prime Minister.
Yes.
And he proposed something very dynamic and very bright. He's a very innovative and
Thank you.
person. And I like him. When the first meeting, I met him last year at the UN.
Yes.
When he was meeting our Prime Minister, I was with my Prime Minister. And today I'm so impressed because the proposal he made, you see, due to the war, COVID, first was COVID pandemic and now this Ukrainian war, we are afraid of two things, food security and energy security.
Yes.
So we are very concerned about food security. We have a large population to feed them. Now your Prime Minister proposed that we can have contact farming. He said Bangladeshi investors, businessmen help, setting up, these many food mills, and they can buy the products from the farmer, and then you can get your, food from these companies, the mills, and you can buy it from them. So it would be much easier. It would be a mutually beneficial. Your farmers will be benefited, our guys will be benefited, and we can ensure food security. I like the idea. I will pursue it, and I'm sure our Prime Minister will also like the idea, because we are trying to have better food security, and this is a way out that we work. This, since the war, another lesson we learned, the lesson is the big guys from time to time, for their own interest, will take decisions. But if the smaller guys, like our position or your position in the development, we are developing LDC, we will be graduating soon, and our economy is similar. Your country is around 23% bigger than us,
Yeah, yes.
but our population 10 times bigger than you. So we have more challenges. But we are economically okay. Same, we produce similar thing. You produce garment, we produce garment. You produce agriculture, we do the same. If this little guy like us, Cambodia and the other ASEAN countries, we can build regional partnership, collaboration, cooperation, then we can withstand some of the onslaught that we get from time to time. So this is another objective we want. Our Prime Minister don't want to, always says that only Bangladesh improvement is not enough.
Yes.
She said, we all countries, our neighboring countries should also have economic development. And if all of them is developed together, then it would be sustainable. To have sustainable economic development, we all of us want to grow together. So this is one thing. I think there are a lot of potential, you see, within the ASEAN countries for a two-way trade, a two-way investment, and also for upliftment of our aspirations within the South. And we share similar values. We have gone through similar war and, Western imposed wars and restrictions. So we have similar values and we eat the similar thing. We look alike, a large partly. So we should explore the possibilities. I believe personally
Yes.
that nowadays the development partners are very shy in coming up with investment proposals, particularly with financing. They don't come with financing. Even they are very narrow in sharing their technology. Look, during this COVID, they got the technology of vaccine as to how to make vaccine. They did not share it with us. Our Prime Minister from day one was suggesting that the COVID vaccine should be a public good.
Yes.
And it should be distributed to all countries, rich and poor, without any discriminations. Didn't happen. Not only that, we have the capacity to produce the vaccine,
Yes.
but we need that formula.
Yes, yes.
They are reluctant to give us that. So I think it is time for us, developing ones, to work together and, and also share the expertise, experience that we have created our own. And in the process, we will do better for us.
Yeah, thank you, Excellency, for your detailed answer. And as you know, over the last decade, Bangladesh has attained remarkable social economic progress and achieved impressive macroeconomic credential. And recognition of this progress, the country is said to be official, graduating from an LDC to developing one. So can you kindly tell us how Bangladesh is planning to conduct itself the post graduation era, and what are your medium-term and long-term goals?
Yeah, this is a good question. Yes, you are right that over the last few years, our economy did very well.
Yes.
In the process, we met all the three criteria of graduation.
Yes.
We are the largest LDC, but we will graduate by 2026.
Yes.
We are, but as a LDC, least developed country, we get many benefits from the development partners. We get EBA, everything but arms sale without any tariff barrier. This is a great advantage we have been enjoying. And our major income is from export of garments.
Yes.
You see, and we get a lot of advantage as an LDC. Of course, the USA don't give those advantages. We are the USA, they charge a tariff, and a pretty big tariff.
Yes.
Average tariff that we pay to USA is around 15.6% to our products. But yet they buy, and we are competitive. So that's why they buy from us. But we will be losing the special privilege of EBA from the development partners. So this would be a big challenge for us. Now to how to cope up with.
Yes.
The cope up with, so that we can cope up with this loss of EBA, we'll get some grace period. We are currently working on getting some extra years as a mileage.
Yes.
European Union by and large agreed to give us a grace period of 3 years. We wanted longer periods, but they, for our products, they agreed to provide the benefits till 2029. And for the technology, they agreed to provide till 2033. So this is good, but not very good, because we want a smooth graduation. So we will be more happy if they are more accommodative.
Yes.
And gives us for another 6 years, which means if they agree to that, that would be good for us. But even if they don't agree, what we are also trying for GSP Plus facility. They have put up some conditions to achieve those. We are trying to meet those conditions. And some conditions are useless, yet we are trying to meet those conditions. Particularly in the area of labor, they put up too many conditions. You have to have many labor unions. Although in the developed countries, the labor unions are going down. In USA, the labor unions are, in the process of waning. But they want many labor unions. Okay, we are trying to work with them. We have a roadmap regarding our labor situations. Plus, we are trying to sign many contracts, either PTA, preferential trade agreement, or free trade agreement with many countries, so that once we lose that benefit, we can still work with those countries under PTA or FTA. In addition, within the country, we are trying to help improve our productivity and competitiveness. We have started a large-scale skill development program in the country. So, that, and also modernization
Yes.
of our factories. So, we are working both at home as well as in international arena, so that we can face those challenges. The beauty of becoming an LDC is, in that case, we may be receiving more of FDI, foreign direct investment. If we're a poor country, the developed countries don't give a damn to it. I will give an example. We are an LDC, we are known as a poor country,
Yes.
with no hope of survival. Once the developed partner, they said Bangladesh is a basket case with
Yes.
no hope of survival. We are not a basket case. We are a vibrant economy. We are a land of opportunity. Now, since they used to think at the Bangladesh basket case, few years ago, there was an opportunity for them to invest in Bangladesh, particularly in the telephone system, the ICT. We tried a lot to get investors in our cell phone. No one was interested. We created a beautiful package so that they come. They thought it's a poor country and the market is so short, so ignore it. So they
Yes.
ignored. But one company, one Nordic company, they agreed to it for a different reason. They agreed because they can have some, they can attach with a name brand company and individual. So they agreed, Telenor company, they agreed. And we gave them the best of the opportunities. Once they started this cell phone in Bangladesh, it's a miracle. On those days, each cell phone used to cost 125,000 taka in Bangladesh currency. Each one, 125,000 taka, sometimes more. But when that company came, now you can get a cell phone in Bangladesh currency, 5,000, 7,000 taka. 125 and now 7. That's not all. That company is getting money. Every year they're taking money, more than $1 billion profit
Yes.
from Bangladesh. For a poor country, they are making billions of dollars.
Wow.
Now, of course, there are other
Yes.
competitors, so things are improved. So I give just in one example
Yes.
that once this company started making $1 billion, others jumped into it.
Yes.
Now, if we graduate, then there would be possibility of getting loan from many companies, private groups, they will come. So, well, hopefully there will be a competition of getting FDI, and we are hoping for that, And of course, we will make best use of the companies will come, not to favor us, but to make money, and also for their own benefit. Because if they produce the product in Bangladesh, they can produce at a cost-effective way, then they can produce at an affordable price, and then they could be competitive in their own market.
Yes.
So I think, so we are taking all the precautionary measures that are necessary to face the challenge. We know we'll be facing challenges, but we are trying to. But one thing I must tell you, the countries that have already graduated,
Yes.
all of them are doing well. Think of Maldives,
Absolutely.
think of, Papua New Guinea, think all the countries that graduated, they're doing better.
Yes.
So hopefully we'll also do better.
Yes. Thank you, Excellency, for your detail about your developing and achievement in Bangladesh. We move to another question about the world just has experienced about tribulation and adversity imposed by COVID-19 pandemic. So it has impact with the worrying sovereignty of nation across the globe. And what the impact the pandemic in Bangladesh, and how do you manage the visuality of the economic in particular and society in general?
I must say we did very well
Oh, really?
in managing the COVID pandemic.
Yes, very good.
When it came 2 years ago, we were afraid because many international pundits, given our density of population, highest in the world, they predicted there would be 5 to 10 million people will die in Bangladesh
Yes.
due to the pandemic. More so, as our medical system is not the best in the world. So they forecasted all those things. Naturally, we were worried. So we took all the corrective measures that are necessary. Our Prime Minister was very much involved in it, and we took all the. Result is miracle, I should say. We proved all these big pundits false.
Yes.
Even the pundits thought all these 11.1 million Rohingya will die of COVID because they live in a very congested area. Not a single Rohingya got COVID. Not a single Rohingya died of COVID because the precautionary measures we took. Initially, in 2020 March, we got this COVID from Europe. It came from Europe. Once it came, we had lockdown, 66 days of lockdown. It was not easy. Many of our wage earners, daily workers, they suffered a lot because they have no earning. So our Prime Minister took a very bold decision. She provided some social security benefit to all those who lost their job, to all those who are regular wage earners, and also to varieties of companies. She offered the largest stimulus package in the economy, $23 billion worth, highest in South Asia.
Yes.
As a single country. Result is meteoric. For example, I tell you one story. We are the second largest ready-made garment exporter in the world after China.
Yes.
Once we sell it to European market, we sell our product to American market. Once COVID came, nobody went to the stores, and all these companies started canceling the standing orders. Around $3.2 billion worth of standing orders were canceled. So naturally, our owners of garment industries, factories were worried. So they started terminating all the workers. And our garment workers are mostly female workers. So they are losing job. When this was happening, our Prime Minister took a decision.
Yes.
She met all the owners of the garment company and said, don't terminate our girls, your workers. Even if you cannot manage, pay them at 60% level. And she said, I will give you a big stimulus package so that you can pay their wages.
Yes.
And they accepted it. So not a single garment worker was terminated during the COVID.
Yes.
They work in the factory. When they work, our factories are, eco-friendly, health-friendly. Out of best 10 eco-friendly factories in the world, 7 are in Bangladesh. So when they're in the factories, they follow the medical procedures so they don't get infected. Because they're not rich people, so when they go to their accommodation, they are very crowded. So if whole day they stay in the factory, they're lucky. We avoid the infection.
Yes.
Now, when they're working in the factories, these business leaders, the factory owners, they are also dynamic. They started, instead of making jacket, they started making PPPs, personal protective measures.
Yes.
All these equipment for the COVID. Resulted, we started exporting all the medical equipment of COVID. Even USA, which hardly, purchases medical equipment, they purchased 8 million pieces of PPPs and forget about shoe cover, hand cover, head cover. PPPs, 8 million in 2 months, our factories could deliver. They did an excellent job. So, since those workers were working, they could. In addition, our Prime Minister asked us that, we should do one thing. No one should die of starvation during the COVID. So what she did, she started sending essential food items to all the households that lost their job or without job due to the lockdown. We sent out money. And the other thing, during COVID, our officials, our party workers, everybody jumped into it. And they worked very sincerely. It paid off. Not a single one died of starvation in Bangladesh. And everybody started working. As a result, we could manage the COVID very well. You'll be happy to know we falsified all the pundits, and our total fatality is very low.
Yes.
Very, very low. For the last many months, we have no fatality. Now again, they're coming up, but these are not threatening because no one dies of it. And we are basically COVID-free. One, of course, our people are resilient, hardworking. The other one, the government, very sincerely worked for stopping the COVID, and it worked. So we are very lucky. Our economy did not suffer much because we kept, our debate was life and living. We don't want to lose life. At the same time, we don't want to lose living. We have to survive. So we make a compromise,
Yes.
and it worked. As a result, you will be happy to know, even under COVID, last year, our GDP growth rate, 6.94%.
Yes.
Highest in South Asia. And we managed COVID. We are number 1 in managing COVID in South Asia, number 5 in the world in managing COVID. So we are a success story.
Yes.
We did very well.
Thank you, Excellency. So interested when you talk about your Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, and she the one very popular in the world also. It means that she's so proud for, all the women in the world. Okay, Excellency, when we talk about the Prime Minister, is right now is the globally, the longest serving woman leader in the world, and she is the great dictator just with the steering a country toward just a resilient and sound and fast-growing economic by transforming it phenomenally. She is right now pushing her Vision 2041, right? And what are the target of Vision 2041?
Thank you. Thank you for the question. Yes, our Prime Minister is doing very well.
Yeah.
She is a pragmatist. She does things which help the welfare of the people. Her priority is to reduce poverty and give a better life to the people of Bangladesh. Her father was the founder of Bangladesh. He's the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib. And he had a vision. He had a vision that Bengali nation, they have been, persecuted. They have been deprived of all the modern facilities for years, initially by the British and then the Pakistani governments. There was extreme discrimination and deprivation and disparity. So our father, throughout his life, fought for the rights of the people to vote, the rights of the people to have food and have an accommodation. That is the vision the father of the nation had, that he wanted to provide better living standard to the people of Bengal. There are other leaders, but none could come up with a gold, a roadmap.
Yes.
The father of the nation, even before long time, when we were being deprived of our own native language.
Yes.
In 1950s, 48 onwards, when we got, India was divided into two countries, Pakistan and India. And Pakistan was formed with two wings, one in the east, one in the west, separated by 1,200 miles.
Yes.
Their culture was different. Only the bonding was their religion. They're both Muslims. But soon, the Pakistani leadership started discriminating and created disparity between the two wings. Although, don't they, West Pakistani, they are the major exporters, but yet money used to be spent in Pakistan. So there was extreme economic disparity. So naturally, economic, social, political disparity. The Bengalis, they are the majority in Pakistan, 56%.
Yes.
Only 3% people used to speak in Urdu, a language created by the British, basically. But the Pakistani government declared that Urdu should be the only state language of Pakistan. The Bengalis were demanding there should be two state languages. One is Urdu and the other was Bengali, because 56% people speaks in Bengali. All the people in Bangladesh, in East Pakistan, speaks Bangla. So Bangla should be one of the state languages. Pakistani government denied it. Not only denied, those who demanded it, they killed them. They opened fire. Nowhere on the planet Earth, people die, sacrifice their blood to establish their native language as a state language. Bangladesh is an exception. So we started this movement for ourselves, And the leader was Sheikh Mujib. And later on, in 1970, there was a general election. First time there was a general election. In the election, majority, the party which is currently in power, that party, Awami League, got majority votes. Out of 169 members in the parliament, in East Pakistan, 167 seats went to Awami League. Only 2 is other than. But in West Pakistan, the majority went to Pakistan's People's Party of J.D. Bhutto. Since Awami League got the majority, they should form the government. But the military junta and the PPP together denied people's voice. So the people of East Pakistan, then East Pakistan, started a movement of independence. This is how we start. Bangladesh, to establish democracy and justice and fair play, we started fighting. Anyway, we got our independence. After sacrifice of 3 million people, after sacrifice, 200,000 women, were dishonored. And 1/3 of the population of Bangladesh were uprooted from their homes, loitering around. 10 million of them took shelter in neighboring India. 10 million of them took shelter in India. We had difficulties. When we got our independence, we had nothing, zero. And that's why we are termed as bottomless basket with no hope of survival. But through hard work, we have become a vibrant economy, a land of opportunity. Now, the goal of our father of the nation to give better life to our people. His daughter,
Yes.
our current Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, this is her mission. So she has taken a large number of roadmap as to provide that Sonar Bangla, the golden Bengal, to its people, a prosperous Bangladesh, where people have a better living.
Yes.
In order to achieve those better living, she has done targeted approach and very successful. We have become developing country now. And in order to achieve this 2041 goal, we have a roadmap. By 2041, we want to be a prosperous country. Currently, the per capita income is around $2,800 plus, $2,820. To become a developed country, we have to have around $12,700. So it's a long way. But the way we are moving, we think we can achieve it.
Yes.
By 2030, we have already reduced our poverty more than half. And we plan to make Bangladesh a poverty-free country by 2030. You see, at least extreme poverty, we want to reduce it to 3% by 2030. So we're working very hard and we're trying to achieve those goals. By 2040, the way we're moving, if COVID will create some problem, has created some, but the way we're moving, hopefully we can reach our target by 2041, a prosperous country. Wow, we would like to use, as I said, we are a very young nation. 74% of people are young.
Yes.
50% of population below the age of 25. To make them capable, we have started a very comprehensive nationwide program of digitization. Everything is digital now. We do all the financial transaction through telephone, cell phone, through digitally. And we can share expertise with your country and other countries. We are sharing our expertise with our neighbors like Bhutan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, even India. So we can do the same, share with our expertise. We want to make our people skillful, employ them gainfully, and use our resources in the best possible way so that we can achieve Sonar Bangla, which is a prosperous Bangladesh, where people will not die of hunger. Everyone will have this year, when we are observing 100th anniversary of Father of the Nation last year, and also the 50th anniversary, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina decided no one in Bangladesh should be homeless. So she provided, through the government fund, 1 million housing to those people who have no house. And she proposes that everyone in Bangladesh, those who have no home or land, they would be provided with home. So we are trying food security. We are trying everybody should get accommodation and a good living,
Yes.
gainful employment.
Yes.
These are the goals we are looking forward, and we cannot do it alone. We need partnership. We need support and collaboration of others. That's what we're looking for. That's why we want to expand our connectivity, not only with South Asia, with Southeast Asian countries, the ASEAN countries, and beyond.
Yes. Wow, so interested after I hear your answer for that, and so proud of your Prime Minister and your people as well. And Excellencies, as you know that the Indo-Pacific region is witnessing to emergence of the high-profile economic and strategy initiative like the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework and Regional and Cooperation Economic Partnership, etc. So how does Bangladesh view the initiative, and the Bangladesh considering any very active participation in this alignment.
Yeah, this is a interesting development.
Yes.
And we cannot be immune from these developments. There are a lot of activity in the Indo-Pacific region. Recently, some people have developed, they're calling East Quad, comprising 4 countries. Japan, USS promoted it, USA, Japan, India, and USA, Japan, India, and this is a quad.
Quad,
4 countries.
India,
Japan,
USA,
India.
Australia, and Japan.
Who?
Australia.
Okay, Australia. We don't know much about it.
Yes.
They have not also tell us what it is.
Yes.
But we are getting from the media that this is what they have created, Quad for the East. And they also created Quad for West. Quad for West is composed of USA, Israel, India, and UAE. But there they have some idea. They will reduce tariff, this and that. But for the East, we don't know yet what is the situation. Then there is another, as you said, there is one initiative taken long time ago, BRI, Belt and Road Initiative. We are a member of it. The China promoted it. We know about it. The basic element of BRI is to help economic infrastructure development. You see, China is providing financing to build infrastructure. And many countries have taken the advantage of it. Now, the other one recently came that you mentioned is the Indo-Pacific Economic Forum.
Yes.
A lot of countries are taking more interest in the Indo-Pacific area. Bangladesh is very strategically located. We're in the tip of the Indo-Pacific, Bay of Bengal. We're in the tip of Bay of Bengal, and that is in the Indo-Pacific. 66% all global trade is done through the Indo-Pacific route. Our policy is that we want this Indo-Pacific riverine system to be free, inclusive, secure, and must be allowed by all countries without any encumbrances. We believe in it. We don't believe in any, encumbrances. We want secure, free, inclusive Indo-Pacific, mobility.
Yes.
Now, the Indo-Pacific Economic Forum, many countries have joined in it. We didn't know much about it, but now we came to know that it has 4 focus areas. One area is navigation. They want free, secure navigation in the Indo-Pacific. Nothing wrong with it. If this is the goal, fine with us. Second focus, they have said, they want to have better data management. I don't know much about it, so to study it. We have to ask expert about it. Third priority they have is to reduce corruption and also money laundering. We'll welcome it. We'll welcome ending of money laundering. Because as our economy is doing well, some people are taking the money abroad, particularly mostly in the developed countries. And naturally, through various illegal means. We'll be happy to have those money come back home for investment within the country. But the problem is, I see a problem there. For example, Swiss bank. Many people, I'm told, deposit money, taking money from us, deposit in the Swiss bank illegally. Swiss bank don't tell us who are those guys. They said Privacy Act do not allow them to give the names.
Yes.
But they can name country, which country has how much of money. So we are in trouble. We cannot identify who are the launderers. So we'll welcome if this squad help us to identify those. Not only that, we have a large number of people. We have a very large country in terms of population. Large number of wealthy people. They take out money illegally from home, from Bangladesh, and they buy properties in Canada, USA, in other countries. And even when we identify that this guy has taken money illegally, those countries, their government, their bank says this under the Privacy Act, they cannot disclose the name. They cannot disclose his total amount or property. Even if he's a Bangladeshi national, they don't disclose. Whereas, as per US law, which we abide by, that if a US citizen or even a green card holder of Bangladeshi origin, if he keeps money in Bangladesh, if he invests more than $10,000 in Bangladesh, then we have to report it to the IRS, the US government, that such and such American or guy invested 10,000 or more in Bangladesh. We have to give the name to US government with the number of amount he has invested. But when we ask them that, any Bangladeshi guy has invested in your country, they said they cannot disclose under the Privacy Act. And not only that, we understand that if you invest 500,000 or more in Canada, you get Canadian citizenship. If you invest $1 million or if you create 3 jobs in USA for 3 years, you get USA work permit. So this is an area where it's still I don't know. Because US Quad says they want to stop money laundering. So they have to change the law, the Privacy Act, so that we can get back the money from our guys who are investing up there. The fourth priority, they said, one is navigation, another is data management, the money laundering and corruption, and fourth one, their focus is economic connectivity.
Yep.
We would love it. We will welcome it because we want to have more economic connect, but we have to know how. So once we know it, then we will look into it, and then the government will decide. So we don't want to be aloof, immune from this.
Yes.
We want to provide it our goal, our number one goal, the welfare of people. If it meets the welfare of people, of course we'll go for it. But we are not looking for any defense pact. We would most welcome any economic, cooperation, because we need to help improve the welfare of people. This is our number one goal. And whatever is possible in that, of course, we'll go for it.
Okay, we go to the last question. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for your answer today. And the last question, we really want to know, can you summarize the meeting between you and our Minister of Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Excellency Dr. Prasekon. So can you summarize the detail for our audience today, please?
Yeah, I must say thank you for this question. I must say I had a wonderful meeting with both the leaders. I had an excellent meeting with His Excellency the Prime Minister. I know about him. He's a doer. He's a success story. He has raised this profile of Cambodia to a significant level. The growth rate of Cambodia is significant because of his initiatives. And today I was really surprised because he is thorough. He knows his subject, and I loved it.
Yes.
And as already I said, he made a wonderful proposal, very bright proposal, and we'll work on it.
Yes.
And as regards the Myanmar issue, it's a complex issue. This Rohingya issue is a complex issue. He knows it. He knows it ins and outs. But, he expressed his support. He said that we will have to work together for this, and we appreciate it. He is the chairperson of ASEAN, and naturally and he also said as regards our sectoral partnership, they will support it. So my meeting with him, I must say, term it excellent meeting. We are me and my entire delegation is very pleased with his meeting. And he gave enough time to listen to us. And he is, I must say, is a great leader.
Yes.
He's a great leader. And he said he considers our Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina as her sister. You know, and our Prime Minister has lot of regard for him. Our Prime Minister has invited him to visit Bangladesh. Next year we will be observing the 50th year of the relationship between our father of the nation and your father of the nation. And secondly, we will be observing the 30th anniversary of diplomatic. So our Prime Minister has invited him to visit Bangladesh, you know, during that, to celebrate it. Now, my meeting with Mr. Parker, the Foreign Minister, was and the Deputy Prime Minister was also very good, I must say. I'm really happy with it. Yes. We discussed all the bilateral issues, the outstanding issues. We also discussed the way forward and how these two countries can prosper, how we can mutually, work together to help improvement of our, the future. And we talked about the Myanmar issue, very sympathetic. And in fact, he said he got the technical information from the Secretariat that all countries, the Secretary said Bangladesh has met all the criteria of becoming a sectoral dialogue partner. These are good things for us. And he also hoped that both Cambodia and Myanmar, Cambodia and Bangladesh could work together. Bangladesh wants more connectivity beyond South. We are a hub of connectivity, but we want to go beyond South Asia, Southeast Asia and others. And here we agreed together that we should work together to help. So I must term both the meeting excellent, and I'm very happy. My entire delegation is very happy, and we are thankful for the hospital. This is my first visit to Cambodia, and my wife also accompanied me because we have a lot of high hopes of Cambodians.
Yes.
So I must term that my visit is really successful.
Yes. Thank you so much, Excellency Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen, for your kindness and very good opportunity for our TVK and our audience, our nation as well. We wish you in healthy and all achievement. Okay, thank you again for that. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And thank you to audience.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are right now coming to the end of the interview. So I wish you good luck and thank you for watching. And right now, I and our team and Excellency Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen, goodbye.